Aang, how do I get revenge on this man who took my mother away from me? The best revenge is going to be to forgive him, move on, and live well. Hey Zuko, how do I get a Mario pack? Let's go.
Okay, I agree with your first one a little bit, but I really want to talk about the second part. She is so hated on for, like, no reason. And before you tell me, like, she's broody and she has no emotions, I feel like this is like a misogyny thing. Do you know how many male characters are out there that literally have the same personality as her? They're emotionless and they're snarky, like, and they're seen as cool and like, look at that emotionless guy, he's so hot, look at him. But for May, it's like she's annoying, she can't show her emotions, why is she always mean all the time? And it's like, what are these double standards? I also find it really aggravating how people view the way she was raised. I feel like people have a certain way they want people to respond to trauma, and she doesn't respond how we see people respond all the time. And like, I see people who are like, I don't care if she saved Zuko at the end, she was annoying the whole time. But they failed to realize how powerful and how hard that was for her to do. Her whole life she was told to do nothing and she did something.
Nobody needs to know.
The Reynolds pen.
Nobody needs to know.
I'm better than this person. So true. This person would help me make fun of Zuzu's eye. Oh my gosh, we have! If I wasn't actually insane, I'd be really good friends with this person. No thanks. We would be the strongest couple in the entire world. Jail! Oh!
This is what they meant when they said, don't talk to strangers. In the early 1900s, a 10-year-old boy was playing in the woods when a tall man appeared and asked if he wanted to come back to his cabin for dinner. Totally caught off guard, the boy reluctantly agrees and begins walking. When they get to the cabin, the boy is relieved when he sees Paul, a family friend, sitting on the porch, so the boy happily goes inside. After they eat, the boy says thank you to the strange tall man, says bye to Paul, and then he leaves. He had only walked a few steps when he sees his family, along with Paul, running up the path towards him, frantically asking if he was okay. Confused, the boy says, I'm just fine, and he looks at Paul and he's like, why didn't you tell them I was with you at the cabin? And he points over his shoulder. Paul glances over the boy's shoulder and then narrows his eyes and says, you were kidnapped by a cult 3 days ago. No one's seen you. Terrified, the boy turns around to look at the cabin he just came from, and it's gone. All he sees is a dark forest that stretches for miles.
So I was thinking about names for my new tea shop. How about the Jasmine Dragon? It's dramatic, poetic, has a nice ring to it.
Be careful what you put in your body. In 2014, a couple returned to their home to find it trashed in baffling ways. There was lotion all over the door handles, all of their shoes had had their soles ripped off of them, and someone had dumped an entire can of paint all over the toilet. Despite the obvious break-in, the police come and can't find any evidence of theft, so they leave thinking the couple's not in danger anymore. That night, the couple hears scratching underneath their bed and what sounds like a crying animal. Not wanting to find out what it was, they leave and call the cops, who come right back and start investigating the house, and they make a startling discovery in their bedroom. Wedged underneath the couple's bed was this 90-pound tiny little woman carrying a huge butcher's knife and a hypodermic needle. As they're taking this crazy lady away in handcuffs, one of the officers comes over to the couple and is like, so she was high on meth, and for at least 2 hours, she had been burrowing a hole in the underside of your mattress with that knife to get to you.
We love complicated, flawed characters. No, not like that. Get her out of here. Fuck this bitch. She's the worst.
I'm so indecisive, you can cuff me, but I'm wifey. I just want a nigga who gon' stir me like a icy.
maybe I just said it because I was a little jealous.
What? You're jealous of me? But you're the most beautiful, smartest, perfect girl in the world.
Well, you're right about all those things.
Look.
There it is! That's what it will sound like when one of you spots it.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Within these walls, we'll give it our all. We will not fall or fumble. We'll stage a coup and follow through. The king never knew he'd crumble. Be careful who you believe and who you can trust. Friend or foe, would they deceive to do what they must?
I thought when Tylee and I finally caught you guys, it would be more exciting. Oh well, victory is boring.
Everyone just melts every time Cake speaks.
Hello, Cake.
Hey, Cake.
Hello.
Hello, Cake.
How could be someone so cute?
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, beating the shit out of all of these bitches.
It's a long, long way to Ba Sing Se, but the girls in the city, they look so pretty.
You see how I can't scan myself? It's 'cause I'm priceless.
Or you're not worth anything.
Oh.
I'm gonna get you! Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, I'm gonna sneak attack you!
Matthew!
Sir, yes, sir!
You are a disgrace to this university, to this country, and humanity in general.
Wow.
Drop and give me 20.
Fine. Dude, you better pay me back.
Why can't airbenders fly? We actually saw Zahir fly in Legend of Korra Season 3. This is because he unlocked the Void. This was named by Guru Glakima, who said to be able to fly you need to let go of all earthly attachments. Zahir only did this after the love of his life absolutely got destroyed in battle. So why can't an airbender like Aang, one of the best airbenders of all time, the Avatar, fly? The answer is plain and simple. It's because of their sky bison. Airbenders get sky bisons at a really young age, and they form a connection to that sky bison. Thus, they form a lifetime bond that disallows them from connecting to the Void. So Aang couldn't access the Void in flying, partially because of Appa.
Yes, this right here is true. This is Avatar Yang Chen. She is the airbending avatar before Aang, and she told Aang that he had to have earthly attachments to the world, even though he was an airbender. This is because his duty as the avatar was to the world, not to himself. Any airbending avatar cannot fly, because they have to have an earthly attachment to the world, so they can perform their duty as an avatar. Due to their duty as the avatar, airbending avatars have to throw away a lot of the airbending culture to do their duty to the world, and Aang learns this.
My fiance is Persian, so I'm like connected.
Yeah.
Tattoos, yeah. Mashallah.
Oh no way!
Mashallah on the arm.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'm down with the middle. You know,
That's crazy, man. Okay, so.
Those boys only like you because you make it so easy for them. You're not a challenge, you're a tease. It's not like they actually care who you are.
So I've actually been thinking about this for a second, but the answer to that is a lot more complicated than you might think. Avatar, or as it's known business-wise, the Last Airbender franchise, is owned entirely by Nickelodeon. You might think, well, Brian and Michael are the ones who made it. They know everything about it. But that's where US copyright law and work for hire comes in. Essentially, Nickelodeon doesn't actually make anything. No studios really make anything. They simply have the money and the means to sell things. And thus, creators like Brian and Michael go to them, pitch their idea, and then Nickelodeon says sure or no. And they can demand certain things be put in or certain things taken out. Hence, the Great Divide, the reason why Avatar The Last Airbender was as goofy as it was, and why The Legend of Korra got so heavily censored. And nothing about that is going to change for at least another 90 years, unless something major happens and like Nickelodeon goes under. And what we actually need to look at is the live action series. Because the world runs on money, if that makes a lot of money, Nickelodeon might consider making more. But there's also the chance that they'll raise the licensing fees for Netflix, and we'll get a very truncated story on Netflix.
There is simply nothing you can do or say that will ever convince me that this woman is a heterosexual.
Poor Toph. She must be so scared.
You think you're so tough? Why don't you come up here so I can snap that grin off your face?
I'm not smiling. Tough!
That's a sharp outfit, Chan. Careful. You could puncture the hull of an Empire-class Fire Nation battleship, leaving thousands to drown at sea. Because it's so sharp.
So glad that they're finally adding Legends of Korra to Netflix. And we won't have to see Katara touch her necklace and talk about her dead mom again.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Mako here. My parents are dead. I have a younger brother named Bowen, and you're definitely gonna sexualize me.
If you're an Avatar: The Last Airbender fan, stop scrolling because I am today years old and learning this very important piece of information I have to share. So I was doing some research on which actor to do for the next part of my voice actor series, and the thought hit me, who voices the foaming at the mouth guy? So I googled, who voices the foaming at the mouth guy from Avatar? I went to the Avatar wiki page, got hit with a really annoying ad banner, and saw the name Byron McKittrick. Don't know him. So I clicked, and what? Brian Konietzko, the Avatar creator, voices the foaming at the mouth guy? Please tell me I wasn't the only one who didn't know this.
In the Avatar comics, we find out about the mother of all faces, this spirit right here. And you guys remember Ko the face stealer? And how Ko stole one of the Avatar fiance's faces? Well, funny enough, this thing is her son. And she says that he steals faces just because he misses his mom so much. Like, look how much of a beast she is. And spoilers ahead, Zuko's mom was so saddened by leaving Zuko and Azula that she went to this spirit and had her face changed forever and her memories erased. Although she gets her face back, she has a whole nother kid, and Zuko has a half-sister now, with the man she loved before she was forced to marry Zuko's dad. You can find this Water Tribe brother and sister, and the brother had his face stolen by Ko the face stealer, and they were hunting down the mother so they could get their face back. Well, not hunting down, because they can't do anything to her, but trying to find her so they could grant her wish. And yeah, he gets his face back. Bro, she's a beast.
I know we all hate Mako and the Legend of Korra, but like, can we just agree, or I don't know, think about it? Were y'all upset when he gave his scarf to his grandma? Not because of the reason why he gave it to his grandma, but because that was like his signature look. Like, it was the red scarf. That was Mako's thing. It's like Katara giving away her necklace. I was like, no, this is not happening. And like, Mako wasn't a great character, but he was nice to look at. And the scarf is just like the final touch to his whole look. The scarf leaving was when he got uglier. Season 1 and 2 Mako was the best looking Mako. And then he just got downgraded as soon as the scarf left. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I remember being so upset watching that episode. I couldn't believe it. I was like, she has to give it back. Like, she has to. And then she didn't, and I can't believe it.
Dance like a god. Dance like a god. Dance like a god.